Okay, hey LinkedIn Learning people, Connor Doobie here, Director of Sales and Marketing at Active Blogs, and Spielberg himself behind the camera, Travis, who's, I forgot the tripod, so we're shooting a couple of videos today. we got Travis holding by hand, but at least we get some good action shots going in, some zooms and all this good stuff. You're taking it too far. Slow it down. So today I want to share with you guys some insight that we've experienced. We've worked with quite a few clients over the years, helping them take completely cold prospects from LinkedIn and converting those into high-value sales opportunities, high-value prospects. So I want to share with you guys some tips on how to convert a lead from social media. It's a different approach and it's a different type of interaction than if it's email, if it's cold calling, if it's a web form on your website, if it's a lead from a landing page or whatever the case is. This is a different process, and we've seen human nature is very different when it comes to social. So what are some how to convert? Let me play out a little case study for it. Look, that was such a good dramatic turn there. Let me play out a scenario for you. We had a client at one point in time. Let's name him Frank. Just go with Frank. I don't know who Frank is, but we're going to use Frank as an example. So what we were doing with this process for a period of time is we were driving actual sales results from their personal brand, from their actual direct LinkedIn profile. Now, this person was selling to these really complex healthcare systems. So they're selling to facilities, and those deals are pretty complex. You got chief medical officers, you got technology officers involved, you got directors, you've got board members. And whenever we would kick up a lead, our client would try to sell to them on the platform, directly in the inbox. And I can't tell you how many conversations were missed out on because they were trying to do so much selling on social just to get that person offline, where there's a simpler process that I want to share with you guys today that you can go tomorrow when you're kicking up a prospect, understand the best practices to get them offline. So again, it's super tempting psychologically. Someone reaches out and there's some sort of interest. So first, let's establish what a lead actually is. Okay, a lead, I would consider a social media lead is somebody that reaches out and says, hey, this is something I'm interested in, or I could use your help, or yes, I'd like to learn more, or let's set up a time to discuss, or excuse me, I have this problem, so could you help me solve this problem? That's what I would consider as a lead. Now that we have a lead defined, a lead from social, use a double L there. A social lead usually comes in, that's an M, on the inbox, on LinkedIn. So social lead comes in, inbox on LinkedIn, direct, literally a direct message to your inbox, if you're leveraging this appropriately. And we have lots of other videos on that. So how most people do a follow-up is they go into the value prop, right? So social lead comes in your inbox through LinkedIn, and your follow-up, typically, I've seen so many clients do this, that the vast majority of our clients did this in the beginning until we showed them best practices. Someone reaches out and they start going into the spew of value prop, okay? The easiest thing to do and what's gonna actually convert better is purely suggesting a time to meet. And a lot of people do this in reverse. So they have a prospect and they're immediately connected up and they go and they suggest a time to meet. Hey, I see what you're doing, or I think we'd be a great fit, or blah, 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 whatever your sales pitch is. They're pitching right off the bat, right? You see this every day when you're logged into LinkedIn, Mr. Travis. By the way, just a side note, the absolute best prospects, the best clients that you're going to get from social media are not ones that come in as an immediate lead and say, hey, I want to meet, because they're typically not educated. They're typically not buyer ready. They're just information seeking at that point. But after they've seen some content, after there's been some engagement, after there's been some nurturing, and then that prospect reaches out, that is a high value prospect. And so many people drop the ball by getting that person to reach out and they go straight into value props. So straight in, suggest a meeting time. Don't go into depth about how you can help and what you do. That's what the consultation is for. Your sales process, the B2B sales process, should go from lead, consulting, to demo, value prop, to follow up, to nurture, to sale, to convert to sale. Sometimes that shortens out, but suggest a meeting. So how do I want you guys to do this, and how can you effectively do this? Again, so many people drop the ball. So let me give you a template that we use. Hey, Bob, does XYZ date work? Further. It's that simple. So many people try to go in, probably can't read that very well, but hey, so it's very simple, guys. This person, okay, you may be selling like a really complex SaaS product, and this buyer is kind of sharing out their pains and sharing out their stuff. Easily acknowledge, hey, Bob, Frank, sounds like something we can help out with. Okay, maybe a little bit of acknowledgement. Don't have to go into detail. Thanks for reaching out. How does XYZ date work to meet and discuss further? So XYZ date, like suggest a specific time/day to meet. The conversion is going to be much higher. And again, the other mistake a lot of people do is prospect reaches out and they send them their calendar right away, or they send them their contact information, or they send them their number, their email address. Guys, your prospects are busy. They're not going to spend the time to reach out to you, okay? You got to do the little extra legwork to get them offline, and this is the way that you're going to do it. You're going to start seeing, once you are getting leads kicked up through the process, you're going to start getting a much higher conversion rate, and your sales are going to go up, because that's the differentiator, is going from cold prospect to sale. You got to close that gap, and this is the way to do it. If you guys have any questions on this, follow up, comment below. Make sure you share as always. It's always very helpful. Give us your feedback, and I'll see you guys on the other side.